Today's video, I will be talking about the importance of our thoughts, what we think, self-dialogue, the words we speak to ourselves, both inside and the words that come out of our mouths, play a huge role on our current mood, our current life, and also well into the future. The vocabulary to which you use to talk about the narrative of your life and yourself is what your subconscious will inevitably believe, for better or for worse. And the subconscious is where many actions or inactions and feelings and moods and all of these things will affect you, especially when you're susceptible of them. If you don't have emotional intelligence, your emotions are going to rule you. If you don't have knowledge of the subconscious and how using your conscious to train it, your subconscious is going to rule you. You're going to wonder why you keep making the same mistakes, why you made that choice when it wasn't in your best interest. And I only know is because I've been a huge part of all of this myself. I have still not perfected it, but I've been in a time where I have been very negative and have seen the results. There's been times I've been very positive and spoke very highly and good about myself and saw the results. So now that's where I'm personally at too, and just welcome you guys as well to use the thoughts, use the words. Vocabulary is important, and talk to yourself like you were a good friend to yourself and not an enemy. A part of thinking good also stems from taking care of your body, taking care of your mind. The foods you put in your body, the activities you take part in, all help build a strong mind. If you're learning things and you're challenging yourself, you're going to have a very strong mind. If you have mentors and people to look up to that have the things you want, they're going to help build your mind, creating shortcuts so that you don't have to do so much trial and error, pain and suffering to possibly still not even get to where it is you're wanting to go. The mind and the body are connected, so you want to focus on taking care of both. It's something I myself personally got both lucky and have fought hard for. I've always been healthy, so I've always had a pretty decently strong mind. Even in the weakest times of my life, I've always been able to turn things around a bit better and not get too caught up in them to where they overtake me, just from being healthy, just from overall being healthy, taking care of myself, where maybe if I hadn't taken such good care of myself when I was younger, some of the things that came about later in life could have destroyed me. Instead, I've gotten through them, past them, moving on, and am stronger up because of them, and quite excited to see what happens next. Those are the type of words, that's the type of self-talk it's very important to have with yourself. Because you could be down and out, negative talk, negative talk, negative talk, until one day all that negative talk puts you in another position in your life to not be proud, to be humiliated, and end up somewhere you might not want to be. The things we think, for better or worse, become things. It's a pretty popular saying that thoughts become things, because the more you think them, the more you're more likely to do them. Now, they don't even need to be your own personal thoughts that you conjured up yourself. We live in a world where there's realms of outside influences trying to hijack our thoughts, making us in real time do things that support what they're wanting us to do, because we're the battery source, we're their fuel source, we're their power source. Without minds that aren't being guided to the right place, thoughts being guided to the individual's true wants, we end up doing things other people want us to do, whether it's eating bad food or going to the medical places and the pharmacies where maybe that's not what we need at that particular moment, but we don't know any better because this is the only thing that's been put into our body, into our minds. Commercial after commercial after commercial, ad after ad after ad, billboard after billboard after billboard, reel after reel after reel. It's all programming your thoughts. You get to the point where you're not even the one thinking. You think you're doing what you're doing by choice, but someone else is doing the thinking for you. They're your puppet, and master and you're the puppet, gleefully going along the dance as if you were the one dancing, but they're pulling the strings of the arms and legs, and you're the one that's doing the work for them, never even realizing it, thinking that your thoughts are your own. It's quite scary, terrifying, to be honest. Once I realized that, one of the things I stopped doing was watching so much television, being a part of those commercials, watching anything that was ad or something that was trying to sell me something. Anytime someone's trying to sell you, they're probably lying to you. Anytime somebody wants something of you, they're going to tell you and package it up into a nice sugar-coated thing that sounds nice and is funny. That's why commercials are funny, because they got to be wrapped up in polishing of a turd type of thing. And we think it's funny, it's safe, it's warm, it's cute, it's cuddly. But in reality, there's a lot more sinister things at work behind it. And that doesn't mean that it's all bad. Sitting around with the family, enjoying a show, enjoying a game, whatever. Ads come on, it pushes economy, it pushes that. That's where the world we live. But when you get so caught up in it, that's the trouble. You don't make a move or do anything unless the television told you to. 1 minute you're minding your own business and now you want Taco Bell. 1 minute you're minding your own business and now you don't feel good about yourself because you don't have the products to which they're telling you to go buy. And you're not mimicking the lifestyle of these people that they're showing you, people that aren't even themselves living that life, whether it's celebrity or just a pretty smiley face on the camera that day. These people not even eating these foods, our heroes that are telling us to eat chips and sodas and they themselves don't even do it. It's all hijacking your thoughts. And you're going to usually act accordingly, like a zombie, a willing zombie. Like a Frankenstein, just willingly walking off of a cliff and smiling all the way down. And when your head cracks and your skull shatters on the bottom, you wouldn't even know what happened. And not only is the individual's thoughts important, the thoughts of the group. Anytime you get people thinking the same way, the more people that are doing it, the more clout it has and power it has. And we start thinking that just because everybody else is doing it, that must be the right way. And that's known as social proof. The more people doing something, the more proof that there is that it's something that's the truth, when in reality, it's just a mass of people thinking the same thoughts that a puppeteer has trained them to all think. If you want a good example of that, it would be Nazi Germany, where the Nazis programmed their citizens, the German people, by radio and by billboards and by their propaganda type things, whether through pictures or whatever, to not like the Jews and to band together and burn. Actually burn people. Tell me that's not scary or crazy. And don't think you can't get people to do such crazy and scary things again with a good puppeteer and enough docile people who they themselves have no control over their thoughts. They hardly know what they're going to do today, let alone plan for a functioning future. So protect your thoughts well, because they are your future. And the worst thing, if you can make your own worst choices on your own, that's one thing. But the fact that someone else could be doing that for you and ruining you is a whole nother. Eat good, think good, get sleep, get enough knowledge in your brain so that you can have the ammo to fight back any forces trying to attack you. Good luck.